just continually just journey and not fix the 20s for the time where we make mistakes and all right. So we cannot talk about the pressures we face in our 20s without talking about uncertainty. I personally feel like uncertainty is the most frequently used among young adults, right? Every time they're like, oh, I'm uncertain, I'm unstable, I don't know what exactly is happening. So would you say that while you were growing up you experienced and what we tag as midlife crisis in this generation when you were growing?
Yes, absolutely. But I wouldn't even call it midlife crisis because that begins from when you're 40, 50s, and all of that.
Wow.
Yes. Well, I mean, you've just started your journey. You're already at you have not even gotten there. You're not at that point yet. But there's definitely a time where you do not actually know what to do. You cannot decipher what to make out of life, and then you begin to question your choices, your decisions, and all of that. So yes, there were times where I was uncertain about what I wanted. I didn't know if what I was doing was right, and then I now figured out that no, it's not about what am I doing if what I'm doing is right. That's not the question I should be asking myself. What I should be asking myself is how do I make this journey right for me?
That's a twist in the angle.
Yes, because most times it's not about is this the right thing? No, you make it right for yourself. And if it still doesn't align, then you switch it up, right? But there's always a time. Even right now, there are times where even as a grown adult, I'm still saying, "Are you sure this is what I should be doing?" You're just speculating and having a conversation. It's not something you should act on, right? We're not saying you should shut down your emotions and don't introspect and think about issues.
Right.
Do that, but you have to be a doer, not a speculator.
Right.
Get up and get something done.
Can be uncertain, but do something.
Yes.
Do something.
Yes.
That is very, very profound. You said it can be uncertain, but yeah, make sure that you are doing something. And still on uncertainty, because I feel like it's a very big word in my generation, right? Is it realistic to expect clarity and stability in your 20s? Or it's like a decade of learning? And I honestly feel like you've answered this question because from everything we've been saying and like conversing on, you've been saying that okay, yes, it's a journey. It's a journey.
Yes, it's not unrealistic to have such expectations and to ask for clarity. It's not. There are people who have families that probably were all lawyers, and the parents insisted that you must be a lawyer. And you go to law school, you're out. Your path is already clear, right?
True.
So it's not a bad thing to seek for clarity or to want to know what you're doing. But in a case where you don't know, first ask yourself, what is unique? What is that thing that is unique to me? What's unique about me? What is that thing that I enjoy to do? What field appeals to me the most? Because sometimes you have to make do with what you have to get what you want. Yes, and do what you have to do till you do what you want to do. Right? So it's not bad to ask to seek clarity. At 22, I already knew that I was going to be in the beauty business. 10 years down the line, I owned my own store. But it took me 10 years to serve. So when I say I'm a product of service to other people, because I've done it so diligently, and then the blessings that I'm getting now did not come from the brands that I serviced, right? But they contributed to me because I learned on the process. So it's all put together. It's all intertwined. So it's not bad to seek for clarity. It's good that you're even at that point. The moment you identify a problem, you are on the right path. The fact that you already know that, what am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? It's good. It means your brain is working, your mind is active, and you're thinking about what you want to do. But if you're just there following the breeze as it's blowing you have a long way to go, right? So it's a good thing to ask and seek for clarity. It's not bad.
Right, that is very true. And I hope that dearest corner mate, you are catching everything that we are saying, because this is the kind of wisdom we came for. This is something. Personally, I feel like our generation, my generation, we are very fast paced. There is this, get knowledge, everything, oh, knowledge, you want to grow. And the exposure we have now is a lot. I remember when I was growing up, I used to always ask questions. There's nothing you would tell me that I would not I will not ask questions. Oh, you tell me that, oh, when you sweep, you have to put the broom down. I'll ask you why. And I feel like that is how every of my family members, my unit members, as I call us, that is how we have. So how can a young adult balance that ambitious, that um desire, that drive, and also hold on to patience? Be patient.
I think it begins with you being very, very realistic. I always tell my friends, you can't be building castles in the air. You cannot. You have to be realistic with your plans. Have big dreams, but embrace baby steps and grow. Where I am last year is not where I am next year, right? So be realistic. I understand that drive and I love it. As employers, or let's say as business owners or as people in workforce, we get to experience a multi-generational workforce. We see different employees from different yes, right? So it's natural to see that Gen Zs have that drive. They want to grow quickly. These people are boring me out. Everything is just mundane. They're doing the same thing.
Right.
I understand. That's why I always advise that they seek guidance and have mentors. You just need someone to say, calm down, just relax. You're growing, you're doing great. You are not in a race, right? You're not in a race. You're not in a competition. You're not trying to prove a point. This is not a time to prove a point. You're not in a race. No one is challenging you to attack anybody. You are on a personal journey and you're going to grow. These are the steps. Just calm down. So they need guidance. That's why I always say get somebody, find a mentor who inspires you and warm up to that person. You find out that the balance between millennials and Gen Zs Gen Zs have embraced that balance in their lives where they want to do great. They want to do really well, but there's this warmth that comes with their style. But Gen Zs are more don't get everything done. So if you can embrace that, and then you should continue to self-talk. There are times when you should know that I'm beginning to overdo this thing, no, because we are running too fast, and then the race is finished. You are now looking back at
what else?
What did I just do?
What is left?
What did I just do? All the things you would have learned in the process of being patient where you were, and then growing, embracing. I'm not saying that there are no big exponential growths. People just have luck. The wind blows, whatever it is. Your own journey is unique, right? So hold on to yours, own your skills, hone your skills, and embrace it. So if you're looking for and I also don't believe in all this balance talk. I don't, because as I said, who really knows? There's always this intangible variable, that thing that you don't really know. You don't know where life is going to take you. So we're all just holding on to what we have and then growing with it and then getting what we want. True. Look at Fuke Akindele now. She's been in movies for the longest.
Yeah.
She's not the most talented person in the whole world, right?
Yeah.
What makes her different? See how resilient she is.
Yeah.
She can be. Now, quick one. She's not only the resilient person. Tracy, yeah. I was talking to my friends which day. The people that we have seen that have done so well and that have improved, that are popular and have reached and are famous and are doing well. There are people who have talents that they will die with.
Very true.
Maybe Breeze not blow rich then. Maybe they didn't have that feel. Maybe they didn't have that help. Maybe they didn't have anybody to hold their hands. Yeah. When you see somebody doing well, that person is a result of someone giving you a hand.
Yeah.
So you can't be forming you know too much. Make yourself available for help. Be vulnerable so that someone can see you're vulnerable and say, I want to help you. Not doing that you know so much. You're rude. You have a bad character. You don't understand the importance of showing respect to your superiors. You feel like, oh, you're not so much. I do the first name thing. You address your boss with the first name. That's what they do in the UK and the US. You have not started though. That's for those who want to be in the whole career path and not depending on the field. That I know a girl who started off as a marketer in UBA. Love her. She was going about, come the next, hi ma, I'm here again. Come up. I said, yeah, open. Open, no. She's not sitting you. So it's a young girl. How much is it? Like 40K. I've been on that girl on her journey. When I set up this brand, she was the first person I called come and set up a business account for me. 2. She's so loyal, patient, smart. She's been able to channel that Gen Z energy and vibe to the right place. So that her, when you respond to it, send her a message. Hey, what's up? I need it. Okay, man, I'm going to do this. She's shown up. She has the energies in the right place. She's active and able to get things done on time. But her character is superb. And I said, what next? You need to upgrade on this. And then she went in and wrote their professional exams. She's now 2 years down the line. She's a full-blown UBA staff, earning about 300K. She didn't just waltz herself into UBA and say, hey, I have hips. Give me the marketing role.
Right.
Johnny, you can never take it off. Let God guide your path in the right place. You're with someone who doesn't have low self-esteem and is always bitter about saying, because there are people that don't like to see their employees do well because they're dealing with their own, whether it's
self-esteem issues.
Yeah, who cares? When you are complete in yourself and you know that nothing, it's not an issue. So you have to embrace your journey. If you are confused that you don't know what to do, what are you doing now? Ask yourself that question. What is it you are doing now?
And yes, that is actually very, very true, because you said something about when you have done everything you want to do just in time, like you unlock all of the level just in one time. How then? What else are you going to do next? What else do you have to give when you've exhausted everything? And I feel like one of the things we lack so much in this generation is character. First of all, character, humility, and peace, like grace is the right word. Like, yes. we lack that grace.
A girl has come to an interview with me twice now without wearing a bra, and her head tinted with gold, and you're coming in for an administrative assistant role.
How now?
No, the question is, where did that dysfunction come from? Why did she think it was okay? So sometimes I don't usually want to blame Gen Zs all the time. I feel that some of them lost it because of maybe parenting style, bad influence, peer pressure, because picking way done, suppose no say,
this thing no appropriate, make I come outside do like this.
It doesn't make sense. So for you to dress up, dress up, I'm going for interview, I want to get this job. You walk up to the company, a corporate position like that, looking at me, it means that you don't know better. So most people, what I do, I will shift the interview first and do counseling with you. That's it all. After I finish counseling with you, you go home and cry, think of your life. I'm not going to insult you, because it breaks my heart to see that level of dysfunction. Like, it's so bad that eating deep into them that they don't know better. If they know, there's sometimes when you tell, just like when we're saying something, I said something like, I didn't know, really. Yeah. You didn't know.
Yeah.
It's not because you wanted to seem rude. You just didn't know. Right. And then when someone asks you, say, not that you said it is true. So we need to communicate with them better, embrace them. And that's how I always talk to my employers. You need to embrace Gen Zs, and you need to welcome them with warmth. If you're following them to do that, you are not going to achieve anything, because they're very useful to you. Absolutely. They have bright minds. They have very, very bright minds.
And when we are talking about bright minds, I feel like we've been throwing a lot of lash at my unit members, and I don't like it. So now let's break it down a bit. Let's talk about the biggest misunderstanding people have when we mention Gen Z.
Yeah, the misunderstanding is, first of all, they don't want to work, they are lazy, they are rude. And I think the mistake is, when some people who do not have that sound sense of self, they cannot understand why Gen Zs are so confident. So instead of you to tag what they are doing as confidence, you're tagging it as being rude. So it requires us to be a bit more self-aware, emotionally intelligent, socially aware. It requires us to not have an open mind to label the things that they do. When a Gen Z walks into the person, hi, who's here? Please, I want something. And then Gen Z didn't think, hi, good afternoon. Is anyone here that can help me? They don't actually know that they could have done it a better way. So when I experience such, so you walk into the interview, or you walk into the interview, hi, please, are you the recruiter? I applied for like attitude walk off.
Walk, please.
Attitude, right? You understand? Those things don't make sense to us, but it now requires us to be. We now have to be more intentional about understanding where they are coming from, and knowing that this thing is not intentional. They don't know better. So so what you do is label what they do.
Right.
You label it. Misunderstanding is sometimes, say, it goes both ways. There are some of them that are actually very rude. They don't know better. So what I do is I measure it. I look at it, everything. This one is confident. Actually, she's not being rude. Or this one is rude. He or she doesn't even actually know better. Mm-hmm. This one, she knows herself. She knows her worth, and she's standing by it. You have to respect that. Some people are intimidated by the fact that this person knows too much. And so don't project your intimidation on the Gen Z who has confidence. Don't do that. You go and work on your own self-confidence, and if you are not comfortable, walk them out of your premises. But ensure that you are making a wise decision. If you know this person is very important to your brand, bring them in. If the person is being rude but competent, educate them. That this is how you do this, right? This is how you do this. Gen Zs know that you don't teach, you don't run, you don't ask me to be running unnecessary errands for you because I work for you. I'm not your slave. But some millennials did it. They didn't complain about it.
And they expect that Gen Zs will do it for them. Now that we are not doing it, it's now a big deal.
So millennials now have to open their minds and be able to label these things. That's it. If they are very all over the place, calm down, relax. That therapy, allow them to warm up to you, and then you will see how they will now calm down, because they feel like the world is against them. So they give you the defensive. They become defensive. So you and I say, we're not against you. We actually want you to do better, because in years to come, Gen Alphas are coming. There's going to be a clash.
Oh my God, you all are not ready.
Yes, Gen Alphas are coming.
That's actually very true, because I honestly feel like, this generation, like, people are just pressing down on us, like saying a lot of things, and most of the time it is because of the way the generation before our generation were trained. They're like, you have to not talk about, you have to be silent, not be heard, comply, everything they tell you, just say yes ma. But our own generation, when they tell you, do this, you say, why should I do this?
Yes, that's the thing, because for some people, they don't know when to draw the line.
Yes.
Millennials were trained with proper work ethics. They are work ethics.
Yes.
You cannot talk back at your boss. If you don't want to be loyal to anybody, if you don't want to work, then go run your own business. It's as simple as that. Because loyalty and humility it will fly you up. You have good character. There's a video where a guy was praying and he was sleeping. And the Holy Spirit was telling him, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And then he kept sleeping. And then somebody was making a call, please, there's a contract of 5 billion, we want to give it to Ola. And the man on the phone said, Ola? Why would I give Ola that one? Your life is sleeping, snoring. Holy Spirit is saying, wake up, wake up. And then he woke up and started praying. I know it's a fiction, but something struck with me. Yeah. And he started praying and praying and praying. And then when he started praying, the person who was on the phone with the person who was going to give out the project, I said, Ola is Mr. Yinka's friend now. They work together. And the man says, Yinka's friend. That's good. Okay, then let's give him the project. Why did Yinka become the sole reason Ola was giving that project?
And it was Mr. Yinka's friend.
So do you see how relationships can make or mar you?
Yes.
You can't be enemy to everybody that you work for. It doesn't make sense. If you want to air your conscience, air it objectively. That's the thing. You guys don't know how to be objective sometimes. Oh, I don't want to do that. I know my right. It is fine to know your right, but communicate it in a more civilized way.
Right, very true. Thank you very much. Okay, so I want us to talk about reforming because we are already like diving into that a bit. If there is one thing about the society, about the way the society guides young adults, what would that be? What would that change be for you?
First of all, we are losing the fact that the community should also be involved in raising children. Social media is actually making it worse. We're no longer using it as a tool. We're allowing nonsense to fly. Why are we allowing nonsense to fly? Why is cyberboard suddenly popular? Why? What is valuable about what she gives out, what she's bringing out, and who are the people viewing them? Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's nothing she has said to me that makes sense, but I know that she's always coming to attack, and then she's gradually trying to change her pattern to okay, I'm advocating for women. But is that how you advocate for women? We're here talking about elegance, excellence, bright minds, intelligence. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
Not who is quantifying the value based on their body parts. So the society will have to stop patronizing nonsense. For example, I don't follow such people on social media. I don't. So why are people following them? Because I'm just one person. Why are we giving audience to things that don't make sense?
Right.
So the society can help. When someone posts nonsense out, we report the page. We protect our children. And that is why my kids cannot have phones till they are like 15. My child does not have business with a phone till she enters university. She doesn't have business with social media. I'm telling you. Because I'm not going to allow my child, who is going to be 13, 14, open Instagram and see Sajabot saying that the value of her body is 20 million. Why? We should be learning robotics. We should be learning AI how to build websites. We cannot expose our kids to social. I know there are people that are rich out of social media. I know, like this one, Pella. I don't know what Pella is doing for a living, but it's so popular. Who are people consuming these things? If you go on TikTok Live, you're seeing young teenagers embarrassing themselves. Who is consuming it? So the society would help by not consuming such things and stop following irrelevant pages and not bringing. See this podcast you're doing now. You should have massive audience, but no, you don't because you've not started twerking.
Very true.
Once you start twerking now, or come out and say, see me, oh, people will start because there are perverts all over the place.
Very true.
Society has a big role to play.
That's very deep and very relevant. That is mind blowing. Oh my God. And it's very true because this society is just going south. And for us to correct this society, we have to reposition some of the things, reposition the goalpost. Right. Okay. Before we play the corner game, we are wrapping up already. Before we play the corner game and have you like speak to the heart and speak life to us as young adults, I would like to ask you, do you think it's healthier to have a life plan early or just embrace the life faces without any expectation? Because personally I feel like one of the things that actually putting that pressure on young adults is the expectation to do this, to do that, to be like this, to be like that.
Yes, there's nothing like the expectation or the pressure that you should do something. You should do something. It's not a matter of anyone putting pressure on you. You should do something. Are you not going to be idle for the rest of your life? And you cannot be if you keep doing that, you're going to be irrelevant. So the idea is not to say, there's pressure to get. You have to do something. You're an adult. Then yes, you should have plans. You should have plans. That's how you have SMART goals. As a primary school, they're already asking us, what do you want to be? At the time, I put chartered accountant. Later, I put lawyer. Later, I put motivational speaker. Right? So you should have an idea of what you want to be in life. Have it. It doesn't stop the plan of God towards your life. First, the bad guy is a lawyer for crying out loud. He's a musician now. Did it stop him from going to law school? Having plans is not bad. Yeah. Have plans, work towards it, and then be diligent at what you're doing. If whatever's skill you have in your hands, do it so well. Be so good at it, so valuable that people cannot take their eyes off you when you're working. Now, the another school of thought would say that, oh, when you work so much, they would take you for granted, and they will not pay attention to people that are working and start paying attention to others who didn't do much. That means your intention is not even still correct. You are still getting it wrong. If that's where you are, you're still getting it wrong, because the essence of getting a job done properly is because you're building yourself and preparing yourself for excellence. If you keep performing below standard, if you keep performing as a mediocre level, when you begin to stand on your own, you have already prepared your mind unconsciously to be ineffective and inefficient.
So I wanted to talk about the expectations. So are you saying that, expectations are not, like, we should have life goals, right? We should have life plans, but we should not allow our expectation be rigid.
It's self-driven. Drive yourself. It should be self-driven. When you say expectation, that means there's reason that you see your family wants you to build a house at 22. What is that expectation? You're the one putting the expectation on yourself. Be self-driven because you want to make life better for yourself. Be self-driven because you want to make your life better. You want to make yourself proud. When my kids are doing the affirmation, they say, I'm going to make myself proud, make my parents proud. You want to make yourself proud. So it's about you. So the idea is to be self-driven, not dealing with certain expectations, because they are unrealistic. And expectations don't stop. When you're in school, they expect you to graduate. When you graduate, they expect you to get a job. Then the next one is to get married, then have kids. They have more kids, they have more kids. They raise them, they have a career. So those are the expectations of your ears. So let's cancel that and put it to be self-driven, because you will need to be doing good for yourself.
Let it come from.
It's not because you want to prove a point to somebody else. Yes. That's when you make a mistake.
Expectations relying on the external factor will make you lose yourself, and that's
yes,
interesting.
It's not about what other people are thinking about. That's what expectations mean now. Oh, they expect me. The expectation is that you are the one putting that pressure, so nobody is expecting any jack from you.
Nobody care about you, bro.
She's making so much money now. Well, what am I doing with my life? Who is doing that? Who is worrying themselves? Most of the people here worry, they don't even know. Do you understand me?
I do.
So you have to be self-driven.
I do.
Not be driven by people's expectations of you. Unrealistic.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say, because this is a lot. This is a lot, and it's interesting. Okay, so before you speak to us as young adults, because you speak live, I want us to play the corner game and refresh. Okay? This game, we have some rules here. So, no thinking. You say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay? Are we game? Okay. Complete the sentence. The moment I realized adulthood was a trap was when I... You are thinking. I did not remember to tell you that nobody have ever beat me to my game. So I think...
This is your game.
I love it.
Ask that question again.
Now you're thinking.
No, ask the question again.
Okay, the moment I realized adulthood was a trap was when I
started paying bills.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that.
Started nursing children.
Okay.
Yes.
That's another relevant one.
Yes, so I got to the point where I now accepted the fact that little humans were relying on me. I knew that this was a trap.
Okay, so what's one thing the young people think is urgent but is really not urgent?
Money. Okay. It's money. It's money. Like, if I say money is an illusion now, my sister will come for me. It's money. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have money, but what is money? What's money?
Sure. Number 3 is, if your 20s had a theme song, what would be the title?
I'm unstoppable. I'm a Pasha with no brakes.
Oh my
I'm in this, yes, so.
Oh my. Okay, so because we believe so much at the corner into speaking into existence, so I want you to tell me one big dream you want to achieve in the next decade of your life.
My brand is going to have locations. My perfume brand is going to have locations, and my ladies are going to be manning those locations. I'm going to empower young girls so much that they will feel complete in their jobs. Like they'll wake up in the morning, I'm going to work, happy, fulfilled. They are not on, hey, who is that next person applying? I will give them that stability such that they are seeing themselves as partners.
This is the only question that you did not think about, that you are just giving me.
Yo, that's what I want. Like I want to empower women so much that, because it's not a big deal. It's just people do not want to do it. People have low self-esteem.
So the next one is, if you had a letter to the future box, and what would you seal in that box for the future Mrs. Patience?
If I had a letter for the box, I'm going to write it now.
Yes. For the future you.
You gave your all, darling. You did not relent. You did not go back. You went all in. You connected. You took the advice from people. You put yourself out there even when you were shy. And he's doing great. So well done. Looking back now, you're thanking God that you took that decision. Voila.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh. You survived the corner game, but I still owed my trophy.
Who won?
I won. Okay, so before I let you go, I would like you to speak life into our generation, and also tell us. I think you were trying to like pinpoint some things, so I would like you to like speak into what and give us a mindset or a skill that young adults should pay more attention to in their 20s. Yes.
Character. Have good character. Behavioral factor is number one. Take your life seriously. I'm not saying that social media is not a good place to earn. It is. But it's not the beginning and the end of the world. Look at when they wanted to ban TikTok in which country. Did you see what was happening? Have hands-on skill. Have hands-on skill. Take your life seriously. If you are scared of making decisions, connect with people who you love, you admire, and you see that these people, they will motivate me. As for me, I still have accountability partners. I have people who say, Patience, you said you're going to get that course. You've not done the course. Right? Dress nicely. Please, what's happening with this pandemic of no longer wearing bras? Why am I hearing my back is paining me? You know, started raising children. You know, started breastfeeding. I say your back is paining you. When you now start having babies, what will you now say paining you? That means you go about with your milk dripping in the whole city. Dress nicely. Carry yourself with elegance. Like, let your aura be so cute that people would just want to be seeing you. Right. Package yourself. Carry yourself nicely. Right? Carry yourself well. Don't be all over the place. Have wisdom. Also be knowledgeable. You can be everything and don't have anything upstairs. That means you have to acquire knowledge. Read. Study. Get skills. Get courses. No knowledge learned is going to waste. I got my first job because I learned makeup skill. And that started my journey. I did not so because I studied mass communication, I was going to work in CNN and channels. Do I look like who finished mass communication? More people actually think I did business administration or counseling and whatever. So, so pick whatever field you find yourself. Start it from there and grow. Except maybe you're being treated badly, harshly, you don't feel nicely, it's a toxic place, then you can leave. You have permission to leave. But job hopping, a lot of people always talk about job hopping. It's not healthy. You be all over the place and you become irrelevant. Nobody can identify you with anything. And your personal branding is gone for you. If you're leaving somewhere from there, then let it be that you're leaving for a better opportunity, a higher pay, a more sane job. Not because, oh, one thing, you're job hopping. It's not, I don't support it really. I don't support it. Try to achieve excellence at everything that you do. That field that you are, what's unique about it, what differentiates it from others. Connect with people in other areas of your job. You need a community. Connect with people. You're not an island. You can't do everything on your own. You can't do everything on your own.
You said something about community now, and it thought actually struck me. How do you identify the right community for you?
Yes,
As
you
of
will definitely identify the community for you. Why are you not inside that Bulge community?
I get that. I get that.
But there are
I tell
people
you.
there.
True.
So they've identified
Yeah.
their community. So you will know. Because that's why I love one thing I love so much about values.
Mm.
And that's why it's important that we keep screaming about these values. Because they would help. When you leave your family, your home, what you take out there now is now the value that was inculcated into you, and then with that you're moving. But some will digress and probably deviate, and then it's fine. But your values would guide you, right? So if the what is going on there does not align with your values, you know that. And your mind is your superpower. Your mind is your superpower. Use it. Wield it. Wield it. Use it. Speak to yourself. Sometimes I communicate with myself. If something is bothering me, I will put everything down like this. What's going to come out of this? What's the end game? What's the pros and cons? What is the end game of this? You wait. If you know you don't know how to do that, speak to someone that you trust and admire, that you know will give you an objective advice. Before you know it, you will do so well. Stop comparing yourself with others. Fame is not the end of the world. Everybody must not be famous. There's a point I'm going to get when this is my brand. Nobody will even see me again. Really? Do you see me in Poison's page? That's not my measure of wealth and influence. You want to be able to impact the lives of people, make them feel like human beings, then have good self-awareness. We're also talking about self-awareness, emotional intelligence, personal effectiveness, social awareness. These things are important. Be attentive to people, show kindness, have empathy. If you're in customer service, learn customer service, real life skills, not AI generated skills that are not realistic. I'm telling you, everything is not
true.
AI. We are losing that humanistic approach to things. If you keep hitting on this one, it's automated. You are not a robot. So stop behaving like a robot.
You have a mind.
Have a mind of your own, and then think about things, issues. Figure out, why is this happening? Okay, I'm feeling lost. What do I do? What are you doing now? Just tell me what you're doing now, then I can walk you through that part. If it's not working, get a job with that thing that you're so passionate about. Get a job and use it to fund what you're passionate about. If you are doing something, I say, I want to be in a podcast. Do you have the money now to buy a good phone? Oh yeah, you work and save small and buy a phone. Do you understand? It's very, very easy. It's easy. So there are some jobs like, oh, the kind of dream I have, a job is not gonna fund it. Okay, now go into what do you want to do? You want to go into prostitution, you want to go into online fraud. The option you have, let God bless you with a helper that will just show up. Or you work safe, work safe. Work your way through. The opportunities will come. Then that money will come. You'll be fine. And then that's the thing. Have you seen Money Heist?
Yeah.
At the end of it, did you learn what that old man said? It doesn't change. He had so much wealth. He could buy anything he wanted. He still was not satisfied. He wasn't. So I ask you now, Biolammy, what is that thing that will make you so happy right now?
Peace of mind.
What is peace of mind to you?
I'm settled. I'm not worried. I'm not thinking about, oh, where is this going to come from? I'm accomplished in my career. I'm doing excellently well. My family is blessed. I am happy with my Prince Charming. That is it. That's peace of mind.
That's peace of mind to you. It's different to somebody else.
True. Very true.
You see the woman that recently said she doesn't want to have children.
Yeah.
That's happiness. That's peace of mind to her. Right?
Yes.
So if that man at 99 is still yearning for something, it takes us back to the root. That means you have never been complete. You need to be whole. You need to be whole. If you read the book, The Lady, Her Lover and Her Lord, you understand that you need to be whole before you cannot give from an empty bucket. So I want people to be self-confident, be contented, like feel complete in yourself. I'm not saying be tired and say, oh, I've achieved. Be complete. So when you feel complete, like, okay, my sense of self is in place. I am not basing my worth on someone's impression of me. I am beautiful, I am kind, I am strong, I am intelligent. I will keep learning, I will keep being a better version of myself. Hold on to that thought. Now, then do your job. As you're doing your job, you're connecting with people. When you're connecting with people, you have a good character. Because people cannot tell us. It's what we see we can tell. So fix your body language, your facial cues, so that people can approach you and talk to you about things. What are you searching for? Do you want to be seen? Walk along that line. I always tell my friends, I am result oriented. If I want to achieve this thing, I'll ask myself, what are the things I need to do to achieve it? If I want someone to see me, so okay, that means I need to show up. This person is a wise person. That's why in customer service, you attend to customers the way they want to be attended to. This one is an illiterate that cannot speak English. When it comes, you switch it up to pidgin. Does it remove your class? This one is I know what I want to buy kind of person. You switch it up and say, so this is what we have. We maintain that, right? So when you at the end of the, what do I want to achieve? I want to make a sale. So you do what you want to do. Then be result oriented. I like tech. I like tech. What do you need to do? Enroll for tech courses. But now you don't have money to enroll for the courses. Do the job you have now. Save money, enroll for that tech course, and then do the tech course. Become the tech specialist, right? I am someone who likes baking. I want to have my own bakery. Do you have money to buy the baking materials now? No. Go enroll in a baking school. Can you pay? No. Do a normal job first. Get the job done. And save. Then go for the baking school and then work towards it. So I started off my job with makeup, and then I grew into fragrances, and then I kept growing, and then from there we moved. I went to the other brand, and then before you know it, I started growing. 1 year, 2 years, 10 years. I've finished learning, and I'm still learning, but I'm telling you how long it was for me to be able to grow, save, have kids, become confident, have knowledge in the field, and then I have my, which is still not enough because I want to have branches. I want to empower people. I want my brand growing. So it doesn't end. So there's nothing like figure it all out. Do you understand?
That's the word.
There's nothing like figure it all out.
That's the word.
Let's dust it off and just accept life and live life and grow because it's still short.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say again. This conversation is just so eye-opening. And I'm super sure that my favorite person in the world, my corner mate, is also listening and is thinking that, oh my God, this is actually very true. And I really hope that, dearest corner mate, you're going to be doing amazingly with the truth you've heard. Thank you so much, Ma, for sharing the undiluted truth. Thank you for sharing from your heart and letting us know how exactly the real world is. Thank you. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I'm sure that my corner mates are blessed as well. So where can we find you? Yes. On the social media.
Instagram. Just search Instagram Patience Asore. My page is there. I run a recruitment brand. So if you're looking for a job, please send a DM, send an email, send a message, and then we'll place you somewhere, and then we can help you grow.
This is really amazing. I love that your passion is just so strong. Like I'm just asking you for your brand, and you're still telling us that this is what to do, and I really, really love it. Thank you so much. Dearest corner mates, you've heard it. It is called Patient Asore on Instagram. So please do well to go and show Mrs. Path some corner love. Okay, and also don't forget to follow the Young Minds Corner podcast on all of our social media platforms. The Young Minds Corner _podcast on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter. The Young Mind Corner _podcast. You can follow your favorite baby girl on all of my social media platforms. And on IG, it is BIOLA_MMY. And on X, it is BIOLAMMY_. You know that I will never ever end the Young Minds Corner conversation without telling you this very key word. Do your part. Leave the rest to God. God can never mismanage your life. He's writing a beautiful story with yours. So there is no pressure, my love. There is no pressure. Okay? So get that right into your heart. I love you so much. And from me to you, and from Mrs. Pat and everyone with us right here, it's a bye.
Bye.